Avoid women from 23 years and down because they do not know what they want, and 90% of the time you're not the only guy they're talking to. You do not want to be held accountable. If you don't want to step up as a man, do not date an older woman.
Vroom, vroom, vroom. Oh, pa, zaddy.
A lot of young guys in their 20s at some point in their life fantasize about dating an older woman. Most young guys have done it. I know I did it. That's why I want to make this video. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time I've been here, my name is Nonso Mokwuah. I normally do these sit downs with my wife, but right now she's not around, so you have me. Please stick around because I promise to make this as entertaining as I possibly can. As I said, a lot of young men in their 20s usually fantasize about dating older women. And an older woman can be 5 years senior or 10 years senior, sometimes even more than that. I do not recommend chasing coffins, but some people really like their old women really old. I don't know why that phenomenon exists. Maybe it's one of those Oedipus complexes. I don't know, one of those complexes, or it's because, especially for young men my age, some of the first porn that we saw in our life was of MILFs, MILF. So eventually, some of us end up actually chasing those fantasies and dating those older women. But a lot of the time, it does not go as we expected. In this video, I'm going to tell you how dating an older lady got me prepared for marriage. I hope I'm not going to be crass. I hope I'm not going to be or overshare, but I'm going to do my best to say everything from my own point of view, from my own stories. I'm not going to generalize, just my own stories. My first experience with an older lady, I was 17 years old, and the girl was 25. I mean, from what you can see, I'm quite a large dude. I look older than I am. Right now, I'm 33. I probably look 33. But growing up, I looked older than I was. Because of that, plus my height, plus my temperament, a lot of older girls probably thought I was their age. I don't know. But eventually, when we got to talking, I'll tell them my age, but it didn't dissuade a bunch of them. From that point on, I almost always dated someone older than me. Maybe by a year, 2 years, 3 years, it didn't matter. But the largest age gap I've dated was 14 years. At that point, I was 25. She was about 39. And I'm going to try to break down everything I've learned from all these older women and how it prepared me for marriage. Number one, regardless of the age, every woman wants attention. The problem with that is your early 20s, you're consumed with books, you're consumed with trying to make money, you're consumed with trying to become a man, you're consumed with all the frivolities, and you're with this older lady that just wants your attention all the time. It can be a problem to you, it can be a problem to your academics, it can be a problem to your mental health, it can be overwhelming. So basically, what I learned from that experience was it didn't matter the age of the lady, regardless of age, they are always going to want your attention. Because my preconception was younger girls are always in your business, they're always in your face, they always want your attention. Older ladies, they are not as clingy, but that was not the case. Especially in my own case, it was never the case. It was always they needed the same attention. The older ladies needed the same attention as my age mates or girls that were younger at that point. So it didn't matter. That was one thing I learned, and it's basically cemented that idea in my head, because I always think, nah, it's just the young girls that would crave attention this much. But nope, as long as she likes you and she's a girl, she's going to want your attention on a constant. Second thing I learned dating an older woman that prepared me for marriage: don't waste her time. It's never just fun. The only thing is that they always start off with, oh, let's have fun. Is this? I'm just here for fun. I'm through this. After you've been there with them for about 2 weeks, they start to drop hints of you're their soulmate. They want to get married to you. They can see having babies for you. The quickest one I ever got was 12 hours. Like, you met somebody, you guys went out, you had drinks, you started having fun, and the next thing the person is like, put a baby in me, I want to carry your baby. That's the quickest that's ever happened to me, 12 hours. The longest one was about a month. So she waited a month to tell me how she feels like we are soulmates, we should get married, we should have kids. Older women are never just out to have fun. They are quick to drop the soulmate bomb or they are quick to drop, let's have a baby, or they are quick to tell you, let's get married. As a young guy at that point in my 20s, I was not ready for that. I was just thinking like, because the impression I got was, oh no, we are just having fun, there's nothing serious. But that immediately told me that nah, if you're going to be going out with an older woman, be prepared to not waste her time, because at that point you're just being evil. If you're just going out with her for the sake of stringing her along, giving her the impression that you guys are going to end up together, and you know you're not going to end up with the person, it's best to cut your losses and just dip. Unfortunately, some men have no problem giving those women children, because I've seen, and this is again my own personal experience, I've seen a lot of women, probably in their mid 30s, around 35, 36, that will come out and say, you know, fuck it all, I want a kid. And they'll go get pregnant for some younger dude that just want to have fun or fulfill that fantasy of an older woman in their head. And the man will not be involved in the child at all. And then the woman will become very, very bitter towards this guy. But in reality, at that age, guys that look out for older women are not ready. Me, what I picked up from it was there was no point wasting somebody's time if you know you're not going to get married to the person. Because the last one I dated, she was 14 years older than me. She was a sweet girl. We dated for about close to 2 years. Honestly, we dated for close to 2 years, and it was an incredible experience. But at the same time, it was a scary experience. I won't even lie. Like it was never, nothing was ever going to be enough for her, because I hadn't put a ring, I hadn't proposed, or she didn't see me as, no matter the intention, no matter what you try to do, you are just not that person. You're not just, her joy is not complete because I haven't committed fully, being married with her and giving her a child and all of that. And I don't know, I didn't go into it thinking, okay, I will marry this person. But at the same time, when I was already in it, I wasn't thinking like, okay, I'll just dip like out of nowhere. Like the person meant a lot to me, but you can tell that you at the point in your life where you're still trying to figure things out is the time they want everything. And no matter what you said, no matter what you did, was not going to be enough. It was going to be chaff in the wind as long as you hadn't married them at that point. So yeah, that was a big lesson for me to learn. And after that point, I just decided there was no point dating older women. I'll just chill and wait for whoever God is going to give me, honestly. The third thing I learned from dating an older woman that prepared me for marriage was communication and conversation. Honestly, when I was a lot younger, if there was a problem, like I had a problem with my significant other, and it was too much, I just walked away. I didn't have time, I didn't have the energy to talk. Like, especially if I know 110% I'm not the problem, I didn't start anything, I'll just leave. But now the older you get, you start to like, babe, tell me what's going on, let's talk. Then you try to be there for the person. I was not like that until I dated this older woman, and she basically she forced me to learn how to communicate, how to have conversation. Before I didn't. Like I'll just fuck it and I'll just leave. And you just carry all the anger and pain in your head, and just give you a headache for like 2 days till whatever it is. But anyway, that was one of the best ones I think I ever learned dating an older woman, which I never actually experienced with a younger girl. Like young girls don't know how to communicate. They get angry, they leave you angry text, and you don't even know what you did wrong. But older women are not like that. So that's a plus. That's like a good thing I learned from them. The fourth one I learned from dating an older woman is accountability. Honestly, everything means everything to the. Okay, let me give you an example. When I was in school, before I started dating this other older woman, when I was in school and I was dating like someone my age, I could just up and leave because we're living in the same apartment complex. I could just up and leave, and this person will not see me for like 2 days, and I can come back, and I don't owe the person to say where I was. I was just, oh, okay, I just went out, and you don't have to say anything, and the person also will not require you to kind of say anything, or even if the person do, you will strong-headedly say, I don't have to tell you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, but that's not the same for older women. Older women require you to tell them where you went to. They require you to tell them where you're going to before you even go. it's honestly, if you're in love with somebody, that is not a hard thing. Accountability is not a hard thing. It's when you're not in love with somebody that you just don't care about the person's feelings. So I respected that part, learning accountability, dating another woman. Like she doesn't care what you do, you just tell her where you're going. And that's honestly kind of, there's a level of respect that builds between the both of you. If you can honestly just be like, babe, I'm going out, I'm going to this place, this is where I'll be, and I'll probably be back in a few. And I still do with my wife till today. Like anytime I'm going out, I'll just tell her, babe, I want to go here, do here. I'll probably be back approximately 2-3 hours. And whatever happens, she knows where I am. That is what I feel like one of the things I learned dating another woman. And the final thing I learned dating another woman is no sexual guilt. That is the difference between a younger girl and an older woman. Another woman does not give two fucks. Like, you understand? At that point in her life, she's free. I think it's crazy because from my own experience, when a woman gets to like 32, 33, she just becomes more free. There's a freedom, like whether she's married or not, she doesn't care. She just wants to enjoy herself. She just wants to have as much sex as she can by that age. She just wants to be in her womanhood, especially the ones that have actually maybe started making money, they have a career, they're just okay. They are not shy about wanting to have sex, they're not shy about the kind of things they like during sex. Younger girls are always like really, really shy, and they feel like every time they give you sex, you've taken their virginity. And that is always a problem, like, especially for someone that doesn't put, like when I was a lot younger, I didn't put so much like this thing on sex. I just felt like everybody do it. Why are you being weird about it? Like that is how I used to look at sex before. That was before, until I said I now realize that sex with somebody you love is different from just having regular sex. So yeah, that is like the biggest thing I learned from an older lady. And honestly, every of this thing I've incorporated into my marriage, and I've realized that really helped me. I always tell my friends, my guys, that whatever, if they were looking for a stable relationship, someone that they really wanted to build something with, avoid women from 23 years and down, because they do not know what they want, and 90% of the time you're not the only guy they're talking to. You do not want to be held accountable. If you don't want to step up as a man, do not date an older woman. So basically, a lot of people, if you want to have anything to do with anybody, just date between like the ages of 25 and 27. That one, they are ready for a more stable relationship, they're ready for marriage and all of that stuff. I remember my girl when my girl was 27 at the time. She was 26, I was 29. We are 3 years apart. She's still young enough for her to not have experienced everything I've experienced, because she's still low-key a baby. And she's not old that, she'll be very unsure of herself, of her place in my life. She knows that I am all in with her. I'm all in for her. Guys, I hope everything I'm saying makes sense. This was a quick video I said I wanted to make for y'all today. My wife has also dated older people, so we are going to do a video about the times that we dated older people and some of the lessons we took out of that. I'm going to do my wife, but for right now, thank you so much for watching. I hope I didn't bore y'all. Thank you. We are racing to 10K. I need to get to 10K before December, honestly, for me to feel like I'm really doing this YouTube thing the right way. If you've been here to the end of the video, I appreciate you. Thank you for always supporting, especially those ones that have been on this channel from day one. We are going to grow together, I promise you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.